purple light, friends. Brand new purple light, friends. Facts. Brand new purple
To this
light,
day,
friends.
to this day.
Red and blue, purple light, friends. Facts. You can get to know the legend, sacrilegious Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the legend, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I open my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah. We gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts. Red, blue, purple light,
To this day,
friends.
to this
Red,
day.
blue, purple light, friends. Facts. Red, blue, purple light, friends. Red and blue, purple light, friends. Facts. You can get to know the legend, sacrilegious Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the legend, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused
To this
on
day.
the ego. Then I open
To
my
this
heart,
day.
let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah. We gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts. Peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light to the family. Peace, love and light to the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you and it's going to provoke you and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.
That's right. That's right. Peace to the family. Peace to you and yours. Peace to the family. Peace to you and yours. Welcome, 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 welcome to another episode of Third Eye Thursdays. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pill. All right. Check this out. We early. We doing this thing early. Do you know why? Because it's Third Eye Thursdays. So to do a show at midnight on Thursday when it's named Third Eye Thursdays and people got to consume it on Friday don't really make too much sense. So we're going to get it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to let you we're going to be able to get the whole Thursday in. You know what I'm saying? So people could come home, make some beans and rice and whatnot, or some salad and then they'll be able to catch a little bit of Third Eye Thursdays for evening entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So we in the building, we here live and direct. Shout out to the family. You know I'm talking about, across the pond. Shout out to the family around the world. Shout out to the family locking it down locally. We see you. All right. What we about to do is we're gonna jump into the roll call, and yeah, from there we will we'll get going. We'll start the show up. Okay. First and foremost, shout out to shout out to everybody who pulled up yesterday. We had a great show yesterday. Yesterday. If you didn't hear it, I encourage you to go ahead and tap in to that show, because we was going in and whatnot. We were covering some things dealing with the good sister Kamala. You know what I mean? And today's Thursday. They had the rally on Tuesday, and my timeline is still lit up. You know what I'm saying? So it just seems that, I could be off, I could be on, but it just seems that the sister Kamala is going to be, she's gonna be, she's gonna be in the headlines. She's gonna be in the headlines. This whole thing, like I said, there's no getting away from this. I read a comment where somebody was like, "Bro, the red pill, we shouldn't be focused on this." Lies and deceit to the fuck. Yeah. We're gonna be focusing on other things, but we're gonna focus on this political theater, because god damn it, the spell is thick. One day you might not be uninterested, you might realize this is the matrix, and then boom, they get your ass and they put you underneath that spell. So we out here spell breaking, not spell casting. You know what I'm saying? And we making sense of the tomfoolery. You feel me? There's a lot of conversations going on right now about this whole political specter that's taking place. One of the most domineering conversations that's going on right now is about race and how does it apply. They're using the word black, right? And they're getting you stuck in that black bag. And hopefully you sharp enough to not fall for the same god damn trick every single time. You are not black. Okay? Stop claiming that shit. You're not black, bro. You don't have nothing to do with that. Until we get that shit across our heads, we gonna be in a situation that we always been, as long as they've been calling us black. Okay? In order to see a brighter future, your ass better identify something other than a goddamn color. Because as you can see, that color shit is malleable. Anybody could be black. Rachel Dozier is black, goddammit, because it's not real. And people are running around with this damn fake ass pride about a goddamn color. And it's not about colors. It's about nations. What nation do you belong to? God damn it. What is your nation? What is your creed? All of this word salad. It's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? It's embarrassing. Niggas is holding on to this black. I'm black. She's not black. She can't be black. Come on, man. Y'all sound crazy. When are we gonna grow up as a collective, bro? When are we gonna grow up? That's the $1 million question. The whole world is laughing at us. Peace from Detroit. Let's do the roll call. Let's get in the conversation. I don't mean to get riled up. The sun is out. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, it's one of those pain points. You know what I mean? When I see how people get trapped up, and y'all be thinking these politicians are against each other, and they literally are playing you as the monkey in the middle once again, and having you declare a dead fucking identity. You ready to die for that shit, and it's crazy. It's crazy. Charlotte is in the building. St. Croix is in the building. Harlem is in the building. You dig? One of the things that we're going to do, San Francisco in the building, because I promised the family that we will do this, and I'm going to deliver on my promises on Monday, mañana, Monday, or Monday, Melanin Monday, we are going to be doing the panel with the Mobites, the goddesses, the mamas. Okay, the mamas. And I'm not going to announce everybody that we got on the panel, but I will put a name out there so we could get some type of straightening and understand what we're going to be talking about. We got Sister Rosmariah Bay coming through on Monday. RV Bay Publications, one of my teachers, going all the way back to the days of Harlem. Okay. To the days of Harlem with the National Black Theater. Right. Fontana, California, Chicago, Toronto. All right. Nashville, Spartansburg, Phoenix, Greenville, St. Pete, Hawaii in the building. We got Sunset Boulevard up in this thing. We got the Bronx checking in. We got Delaware checking in. We got Bridgeport checking in. Trenton is in the building. I see you, Philosophical. All right. We got North Carolina tapping in. We got Texas tapping in. North Philly. You know what I'm talking about? We got Louisiana tapping in. You feel me? We got Trenton tapping in. DMV, Vegas. Oh, we deep up in this thing. Let's see who's tapping in from the IG world. All right, Florida, Land of Flowers, Tallahassee, Land of Flowers, Vegas is up in this thing. Okay. Ocala, DMV, Philly, Tampa. You know what I'm talking about? Yes. So we are in the building. Shout out to everybody in the building. All right. Appreciate every single one of y'all pulling up. DC in the building. All right. Appreciate everybody pulling up. Another name that I put out there for one of our guests on Monday when we have this well-needed, much-needed conversation is my good sister, beautiful Ciasia. That's right. We got Ciasia in the building. You feel me?
To this day.
And if you're not familiar with Ciasia, you will be after Monday show. Okay, you will be after Monday show. But we gonna get down. We got Ghana in the building. Shout out to Ghana, right? Who don't identify themselves as a goddamn color. They more than a color over there. Stop trying to make them black. They're more than a color. You feel me? Socially, we can have those conversations the same way that we call ourselves niggas, right? And we know that it's never ignorant getting goals accomplished. But don't call me no nigga in front of no pale people. God damn it. It's called socially. Meaning that we talk like this when nobody's around. Type shit. But when we get to the business, when we get to the political aspect of it, when we talking like adults, we gonna have to do better, y'all. We gotta do better, man. We gotta do better. We have to figure out who we are. For real, for real. Do I know where Queen Valhara Bay is? I haven't reached out to her in a very long time. She was a guest on Nodal Edge Radio back in the days. I think the year was 2013 or no, maybe before that. I think 2011. She was a guest on our radio show, and I haven't been in contact with her, and I haven't seen her online. Doesn't mean that she's not out working and whatnot. A lot of our elders, they did not do a lot of them didn't transition to the online world. They didn't tap into this new electrified age like that. You know what I mean? Some of them are still holding on to what it is that they know that works for them the best and whatnot. But yeah, I would love to tap in with the good sister and have her pull up. You know what I mean? Because we made a classic when she came on the radio show back in the days. It's like calling Asia yellow, right? You know, and it's very hard to let go. I know it sounds people hold on to this word personally, You know, people hold on to this word, to this status, this identity, this crayon color. They hold on to it personally. They take it personal. They might even feel like it's a personal attack when I say, God damn it, what is a black? Right? But it's gonna have to have we need some we've already brought the scholars through to explain what's taking place. We showed you the etymology of it. We showed you that socially, right, black is dead in the eyes of the law. What law? The law of social science and political science. Social engineering has been taking place for a very long time. And them people who got pale skin, they not white either. So we should stop saying that as well. We should stop saying that as well. It's a construct. So I don't want to get caught up in these constructs anymore. I'm getting tired of playing the construct game, because I promise you, they will play this game with you for 5 months, and then you're gonna look up and it's election time or selection time, pardon me. And then you didn't talk about nothing tangible. You didn't get to anything that you needed to get to. You didn't figure out no plans amongst your own, amongst yourselves, amongst your tribes, amongst your clan, right? Clans, they got the last name thing popping. Where's that at? Where's the clans at? Where's the tribes at? When you talk to the people from the continent, they identify by tribes and clans. They be like, that's not my brother. He ain't in my tribe. They could give a damn if somebody is got melanin and all of that. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean a goddamn thing. So me personally, you know, I have to take more responsibility and break in some of these chains that I have, because I'm so used to using the word and whatnot. But I'm gonna be some of the living examples. You feel me? But we definitely have fear of what color? Blackamoor. Okay, Blackamoor Messiah. Right. So if you're gonna say black, say Blackamoor. Okay, say Blackamoor, because that's what we were called before we fell into Negro, black, and color. Think about the rungs of a ladder. Your ass fell from Negro, then you fell to colored, then you fell to black, then you fell to African American. What you gonna be next? So in order to climb up the ladder, I'm gonna put you on Blackamoor, and then we could figure our way up the ladder. Okay, but there's rungs in society, and there's levels in society, and sometimes you fall down a ladder and sometimes your ass goes up the ladder. But the status that they have us in right now with this fake ass identity that don't mean nothing, African American, that's not real. That's not real. It's not an identity. Okay, it's not an identity. It's fake. So people is out here getting shot in their face. They getting out, they doing people dirty and whatnot. And you'll never get what's rightfully yours if you don't clean up and stand on something, because there's treaties in your tribe's name. There's treaties in your nation's name, but they will never acknowledge that if your ass don't acknowledge it first. Elon Musk is an African American. Charisse Theron is an African American. Okay, those are African Americans. So we have a ways to go. I'm bringing the mamas through on Monday, Sister Rosmariah Bay, along with some other Mobites, and we'll continue to have some of these conversations and make sense of it and bring receipts and facts, because it's going to be a humongous task to help to break the quote unquote curse of people with a lost identity. But it has ramifications. Okay, it has ramifications, and the ramifications are becoming very intense. You know, I remember when our people were breaking out of, they had 100 debates in New York City, and they were going to war about this word and whatnot. And then Black Lives Matter came. Who was around? who was around when we were at war intellectually, of course, right? It started in Harlem, but it was a global war because it was online and whatnot. And people were coming around to making sense of the matter. And then, boom, they intercepted us with this whole Black Lives Matter ambulance chasing, trauma bonding type of movement, and then sunk our people back in a sunken place. And to remind anybody who was on the scene back then, because there's a lot of Nubians that popped up. Y'all don't remember anything because you wasn't here. You don't, and nobody will give you the history, right? So you don't even know. But for the people who were operating at a super high frequency, right? Once they began to identify back with the crayons, them the people that fell off. They start backsliding back into being knuckle draggers, and fell off. And we can't even find them anymore. I don't know what happened to them. You know what I'm saying? They on milk cartons. Niggas went missing. They went missing, famo. They went missing. Yeah, back in the Sinetta TV days, Black News 102 days, Sinetta was the opposition. He was standing on black, and the Moors and the metaphysics and other people, they were standing on, we need to call ourselves something else. We're Moors, we're this, we're that, and we're not that. And it was a whole intellectual war it was a civil war. Okay, the Civil War went down for about 10 years. But when you look up, when the smoke is clearing, what the hell came out of that? What's the results? The results is people went back to sleep with their thumb in their mouth, and the power got lost. Power got lost. So we still are circling our wagons, and it's almost like the dog chasing their tail. Okay. Monday at what time? Because I have guests, and I don't, because I have guests, I'm thinking 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm thinking 8 p.m. Eastern. You feel me? Am I reaching for anybody in the audience who was a part of that illustrious student body, right? Who was able to look at it from the outside looking in, or who were right there? Am I reaching? Like, is that a reach? Or did the frequency get lowered, and then your favorite master teachers began to act like what they call knuckle draggers, right? And they failed in their journey of being upright citizens and standing tall and whatnot. Once they was able to put that black jacket on, then they started acting like they were brain dead. I'm not picking on nobody. I'm just standing on the facts and not allowing sunny days and whatnot to erode my memory to act like it's all good, because it's not all good. It's not all good, and we can't continue to move like this in denial and whatnot. We owe it to the people that's coming in to this information to be like, damn, what's going on in this place? Like, what done happened? I heard these names, and these names were held to a high standard, but once you sign up and you get into the building, niggas is twerking. You dig? They standing on at the red light twerking like Glorilla in them, to the point where the rappers, there was a day and a time where the rappers would not even walk down 125th Street. They would not even dare say nothing slick online, because they knew that they would get cooked for real. They knew intellectually, even in the fact with online, because they wasn't going viral like that. You didn't have podcasts and shit like that. You didn't have Vlad TV where they was asking rappers. So what do you think about Terrence Howard's interview about thermodynamics? Like, you don't ask a fucking rapper and an athlete questions like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have shit like that back then. The infiltration happened when our brothers went to the Breakfast Club, right? When they started to merge and join with the lower frequency platforms to get some clout. We call that clout chasing, because that's all it really was. Them niggas was clout chasing with Vlad TV, right? And then it merged over to other venues or other platforms that really don't give a damn about us and never cared about us, right? It went from Breakfast Club. No, it was Breakfast Club first, I believe, with Charlemagne, the lame, and then it merged over to like Vlad and whatnot. Once that happened, that was the beginning of the not to say that that was the main thing, but that was one of the main things. It was a diluting that took place. And then we look at Trading Places. Charlemagne suddenly, all of a sudden, becomes the face of mental health, right? And all things woke, right? And then the people who got on his platform, all of them start falling off, and they lost their luster. They lost their appeal. They lost the stance that they had. Y'all be thinking that these teachers are lit, and I'm here to let you know they're not. You wasn't here years ago. You wasn't here in 2010, 2011, 2013, 2014. You think they lit now. They was on. You had people that was on El Malik. They was chasing. Forget Master Teacher. They was looking at people like these was the leaders of the race. They had Claude Anderson up there with an economic plan. Nobody done did nothing with no economic plan. They didn't had the whole fucking the whole Sabi brigade up there. Everybody related. I'm Sabi's step uncle. I'm Sabi's cousins, uncles, neighbors. Dog watcher. Everybody who was, they don't even take CMOS up there. You know what I mean? There's no commercials. Hey, let's go to a commercial, and it's McDonald's. They got them people up there talking about eating healthy and whatnot. Let's go to a commercial, and it's Chick-fil-A. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? And then they start clowning the shit. And then Vlad TV became a whole platform to try to discredit, try to clown, try to talk down. And all of them niggas that went up there clout chasing, they on milk cartons. Where are they now? Where are they now? They brought their audience to Breakfast Club, to Vlad, to Adam 22, and to other places. And what did you benefit from doing that, fam? How did you benefit? They benefited more than the teachers benefited, because they took the teachers' audience. They took the teachers' audience. The teachers did not benefit off of the knuckle dragger audience that them niggas had. You didn't even need those people. You being greedy. You niggas is clout chasing. You're being greedy, and y'all still ain't apologized for that. That's a fucking grift. That's a grift. We don't rock with those people for a reason. We was against them. We were supposed to tear that shit down. We wasn't supposed to be sitting on their couches smoozing up to them, keying and all of that. Where is that? And now they clowning you. All of these platforms is clowning them. Y'all clowns in the eyes of the knuckle draggers. That's sad to me. How did it get to that level? And niggas still won't take no shots. They still won't shut them down. They still won't be critical of them. So I'm just here to let you know. I'm here to remind you how far we have fallen as a community. I'm speaking about myself too, because we all fell. How far we have fallen. You got to keep this shit pure. It's stepped on. It's stepped on. It's turned into sound bites and memes and whatnot. It's stepped on. And don't let me get into the polite shit. You know what I mean? Because he's not here to defend himself. But let's not get into all of that goofy shit that took place when the clout chasing really ramped up a whole nother level. Everybody wanted to be a fucking celebrity. You should have been a celebrity before you became conscious. You're supposed to get that shit out your system. I was standing on couches before I took my my shahada into this consciousness. I got that shit out my system in the tunnel, bro. You feel me? I got that out my system. Ben got it out my system. I'm not pressed. I'm not pressed. Y'all be pressed. And you out there running around behind the help. Them nigga, that's B-list. That's D-list. You're not even with the A-listers. Y'all be pressed. For what? You know what I'm talking about? For what? What did you get from it? Some DMs for some thotties? What did you get? What was the trade-off? I don't get it. So shout out to everybody who built up their own platform, right? And elevated the conversation and elevated the imagery and elevated all of that. I got to give respect to that. I got to give respect to that. So shout out to y'all. You know who you are. But for the people who allowed these other platforms to snatch your shine, and you don't have nothing to stand on, no, you don't got, you know what I mean? What are we doing? How is it that Charlemagne has the black effect, right? Charlemagne done ventured into, he's a boss now. He owns a whole network of podcasts called the Black Effect. How the hell this nigga has a whole network of podcasts and nobody who was on the Breakfast Club that's conscious, that was kicking the information that's 100 times more relevant than any nigga on the Black Effect? How is it none of y'all got a show? If that was your man's like that, you know what I'm saying? If he was taking care of shit, how is it? And he's running with everybody's cloth. He's running with everybody's cloth. But I never seen him pull none of you niggas on a big stage. I never seen him put you in no position where you could get more than $10,000 for showing up somewhere. I never seen him show up to nobody's book signing. I never seen him endorsing none of y'all products. I ain't seen none of that. So what the hell are you around him for? I wonder. What is he doing besides taking your shine? They out here snatching chains. And I don't think people see it. What did we get for Vlad? What the fuck did Vlad, did you hear how down Vlad talked about the conscious community? Did you see how he spit on the community? He talked so down, he threw them niggas completely under the bus. And then the Nick Cannon shit. They let Nick Cannon in. Nick Cannon interviewed every single goddamn person in the world from the conscious community for that goddamn documentary when it's supposed to be about one person. He interviewing people that Dr. Sebi wouldn't even piss on if they was on fire. Do you know how many enemies Sebi had when he was alive, bro? That was not European. He didn't have no European enemies like that. Okay, stop the lies. He did not have no European ops like that. Okay, after the court case, I ain't see no Europeans trying to give no smoke. The only smoke that was coming was from this goddamn community, niggas and niggas. That's who was hating on him. Okay, that's who that was his strong enemies. That was the secret enemies hating behind the scenes, bro. So there's a lot of cleaning up that needs to take place. Real talk. There's a lot of cleaning up that needs to take place because it just been gone. Shit been done wrong, yo. It's just been, it's you know what I mean? The direction is just off. What happened to that? You know what happened to that. He got some shit on the Zeus network where they got girls mud wrestling and twerking and fighting and whatnot. He can't. I mean, even if he brought it out, for what? It's not the same anymore. The small hats folded him up, made him kiss the ring and twerk for them. Remember the apology tour? Like, you get neutralized. Your superpowers getting neutralized. This nigga had superpowers for a minute and he got neutralized. So if he was to come out with the documentary, for what? You can't stand on anything. He wouldn't be able to resist any type of blowback. If they hit that shit with some rotten tomatoes, homie might go into a seizure or something. He can't take no type of blowback because he couldn't fight off the people with Professor Griff. He couldn't even stand up for that shit. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't know. I don't even want to see the documentary. You know? I don't even want to see the documentary. I would like our footage back because there was some powerful footage delivered by Mama Pill, you know, KT, me and Blue. But other than that, I'm good. I seen the trailer, I almost threw up. I'm like, who are these people? What the fuck? Are you dumb? Like, what the hell? This shit looking like InvestFest. Like, who are all of these people? These people didn't support Sabi. You never seen them on stage with Sabi. You never seen them interview with Sabi. So that's when I knew, oh, this how they gonna do me when I die. You know, this how they gonna do. That's how they gonna do you. They gonna do you crazy. Like they was cool with you the whole time. But they was the ones working against you, both in public and behind the scenes. That's how they gonna do you. Did he interview Professor Griff? Did he just interview? If Professor Griff sat down with that Negro for an interview, bro, I don't know if that's the case. But if Professor Griff sat down with homie for an interview, that's crazy. You know, I don't know the specifics or the particulars if that's the case. Somebody just asked the question, did he just get interviewed? I don't keep up with homie. God bless him and his beautiful children. God bless his career. You know, all of that. I wish that man all of the luck. You feel me? Because he needs it. You know what I'm saying? But I know that karma's a motherfucker. God bless that man, though. Feel me? And I hope that he's using some of that information that he gathered, right, to help heal him from any of the ailments that he has. I hope he's able to use that and apply the herbs and the quote unquote concoctions to get him in the right type of mood. Me and Blue should do a Sabi doc. I'm good. You know, I'm good. So, let's get into some information about some things taking place. Did y'all see once again the Olympics, the shit show that they call in the Olympics? Has anybody checked out the Olympics? And from the opening ceremony, right? From the opening ceremony, it was shot. You know what I'm saying? Throw this one away. You know what I'm saying? Throw this Olympics away. I wouldn't be surprised if I was betting on Sudan to beat them niggas in the basketball game. That's how flawed this quote unquote Olympics is. Shout out to Simone, Sister Simone, for making a record for having the most gold medals. Shout out to her and her husband, who said that he was the prize. You know what I'm talking about? Hopefully, you know, she was like, you know, because she married a dude who was like, he didn't even know who she was before he married her. He was stunting like I didn't even know who she was. But he gets to see who she is in her element. He gets to see who she is in her quote unquote professional, because certain people get married to women and they never been in their job. They just know that they got a job and whatnot. You know what I'm talking about? They never been to the job. So he gets to go to the job. Yeah, he's an NFL player and he gets to go to her job and see her perform. And she out here snatching gold medallions on these hoes. You know what I mean? So he's going to be proud of his bae. You feel me? And that will solve everything. You know what I mean? And they'll be happily, in matrimony. Right? So what I see, right, when I turned on yesterday is a man with a wig on, right, beating on a woman on a world stage. Now, last time I checked, right, people were up in arms a few months ago when that Cassie video leaked out and, people were seeing domestic violence, right? It was triggering for a lot of people who've been victims of domestic violence, right? They were like, damn, that shit is crazy, yo. Homie is he's tossing Cassie around like a rag doll. Like this shit it's disturbing and whatnot, right? But what I saw yesterday was even more disturbing because this was some heavy-handed shit, punching her all in her head and all of that. Check this out. So I don't know who put these policies in place. What I do know is it's being heavily politicized, right? Of course, by the right, because they like, yeah, this is that shit that we talking about. You know what I mean? This is that shit that we talking about. The fact that, these LBGT or whatever have taken over and they crazy because they're in their world, they think that a man can cosplay a woman and beat her up.
Solid, straight right hand.
So she felt that right and she was like, man, I'm good. I'm out of here. Right? So as she's competing for a title and whatnot, and I think she said that she was doing this for her dad and whatnot, and she's representing Italy and whatnot, and this is one of her lifelong dreams and whatnot. She literally got to go in a ring and go toe to toe with a man that got a wig on. I mean, for real, that's what we doing. And this is in the Olympics. How did a man become a qualified boxer in women's sport in the Olympics? I thought they was just doing that shit in high school and college or something. I didn't even know that it had reached to such a level of Olympics. Shout out to Obama and whatnot. That's some shit that they started. Your man Barry and them and Michelle. Right? That's what they pushed. That's what they pushed. A world winning Rome. If it don't get more winning Rome than that. That's what they pushed. A world where this type of shit was not frowned upon, not looked at like as extremely backwards, right? Not basically here we go. You feeding into the propaganda. There's a video of her where she was backing up and fell down. She just got hit with a strong hook from a strong Algerian woman. Okay. I don't know what you smoking or what you talking about, but that was a man beating on a woman just now. This nigga got a wig on, fam. He's a man. Okay. He's a biological male. She said she's never been hit like that. He hit her twice. She was only in the ring for 45 seconds and she had to get up out of there because she could have got bones broken and whatnot. Do you know the power of a man? And this not just no regular, it ain't like a nigga from the corner. This is a dude who's been training, right? This is a professional boxer. Why he don't want to fight no man though? What's that about? And my well, Clarissa Shields. If that's the case, will she go and fight a dude? If that's the case, will she say, you know what? I want to go and fight Jake Paul. You know what I'm talking about? I want to go and fight Jake Paul, even though I'm a lady. You dig? Will she do that? The shim that I'm talking about, the one who's cosplaying a woman, will she go and knuckle up with a dude? So yeah, that's crazy. That's just the latest fail in the Olympics. And I say throw the whole thing away. It's been a travesty from the beginning. Okay, power outages, the Last Supper, aka the Greek festival of the feast and whatnot, where somebody scrotum was out in 4K on live television. His scrotum was out. Shit crazy. You know, this is what the children was watching the opening ceremony, and homie was flashing them. Like, I know they get freaky in France, but god damn it, what are we doing? Like, what the hell is on the minds of these devils? Because you can't be God's children thinking like this. This ain't God's plan. This is not the Most High or whatever the hell you want to identify as a lofty type of being and whatnot. This is what you get when you in the lower rungs of existence. So, meanwhile, on the home front, people are still freaking out over this Kamala thing. Okay. People are still freaking out over this Kamala thing. And of course, what they call it, I think he's called it the Biden sexuals. Of course, the Biden sexuals, they got upset because, you know, they said that, oh, Donald Trump was disrespecting Kamala because he got up there and he said something about her race and he questioned her blackness, right? At the thing in Chicago yesterday. Okay, we'll get into that in 1 minute. Let me see. Let me pull up that file where Donald J. Trump was getting cooked. Who was he getting cooked by? Those two sisters or those three sisters, or was he cooking them? Me personally, you know, I kind of felt like the conversation was teetering. You know, it was kind of, you know what I mean? Yeah. You know, it was very aggressive, you know, and being that these sisters are representing journalism, it was like, you know, last time that I checked as journalists, you were, you know, I mean, there's ways of interviewing people. Like some interviewers are heavy-handed, but if you invite somebody to your platform to interview them, I would think that, you know, the approach would be a little more unbiased. It was very biased, you know, it was very biased. It was very quote unquote one-sided. A lot of people are saying that he cooked them. You know what I mean? I'm going to the audience, so it's not tilted on my side. But from the first answer that he gave, he was in the kitchen like Ving Rhames on Baby Boy. You know what I'm talking about? And then he just start cooking. And I was like, why are the sisters, no men on the stage, mind you. Thank you. No men on the stage, right? And I would have loved to have been in the back room when they decided we're just gonna put 3 feminists on the stage, and we are not gonna have a heterosexual man, right? No disrespect to anybody that's not that, but when you're dealing with an energy like Donald Trump's, he doesn't come across as a non-heterosexual man, even though I don't know what his preference is. At the end of the day, people got, private kinks and shit like that. However, nothing came out to say that as of yet, right? But his energy and his disposition and the way that he carries himself, you got to be able to match that energy with somebody of the same gender, right? Who could base up on him. And of course, you have your sisters to be there with you, right? To hold it down. I'm not saying that there should have been 3 men on that stage. I'm just saying that we needed some balance. I looked at the list of all of the journalists that even belong to that organization. There's a lot of men that belong to that organization. So who made the decision to leave them out of the conversation? Right? Because Donald Trump, even though he was cooking and whatnot, he was dodging all of the questions, right? He was dodging all of the questions. He wasn't necessarily answering them. He was flying around them, and he was utilizing the same thing that he did in the debate and whatnot. He was, he was switching topics like a mug. You said they would have put a zesty dude up there, man. In the Democrats, man, knowing the Democrats, they'd have put Van Jones up there. He would have probably started crying mid-sentence. Do you know that people died to vote? Yeah, they would have put somebody that was ambiguous in their fluidity and whatnot. So, it is what it is. I've said it before, and I'm saying it again, that in this race, right, in this race against the Republican contender or the Republican or the Messiah for the right, he's messianic at this point. Donald Trump is messianic to the right at this point, right? His biggest foe, not European women, right? Not Nordic women, not European men, not Moorish men, right? His biggest foe, the biggest thorn in his side, the ones that keep checking him at the door is our sisters. They have been the ones that the Democrats have utilized as the quote unquote for I'm not gonna say the word pit bull, right? Because I don't want to use any type of words that have any type of derogatory meanings to them, but they've used these sisters as the attack on Donald Trump, right? Going all the way back from the district attorneys from New York, Letitia James, to Fannie in Atlanta, Fannie Williams, I believe her name is, right? With that Fannie charge in Atlanta, the voter fraud thing. To now, of course, Kamala, and the fact that it is going to, if he does get defeated, if he does get washed, if he does quote unquote if he does take a L, it will come at the hand of our mamas, okay, our sisters, our women. They will be the one that is going to hand him his defeat. All right. And he has a special gripe for them now. He has a special gripe for melanated women And once again, he's not a regular politician anymore. He's elevated to a cult-like figure based off of the alleged assassination attempt. It elevated him into a messianic cult-like figure around the world, right? So it goes one or two ways. It goes one or two ways. Oh, Joy Reid, right? Joy Reid. And prior to that, he got when it was the Democratic, when it was Biden running in 2020, it was Shorty with the bald head. I believe her name was Simone. I interviewed her before at a Kaepernick NFL rally with Black Magic 363 back in like 20. It was like 2020, maybe. I don't remember, but it was back in the days. We had interviewed her, and she was like, "Oh, y'all so woke." I'm like, "Damn, the hell, nigga, I'm not woke." But whatever her name was, she bald headed, and she was running with Biden. You know what I'm saying? She was Biden's quote unquote hitter, right? So he been getting it in with the sisters. They've been tying them up, right? They've been tying them up for a very long time. Okay. Somebody said that's why Meg Power is important. Ratchet energy can beat Trump. Ratchet energy can beat Trump. However, Trump is more ratchet, right? Trump is more ratchet. Trump is the sugar daddy. Trump is the billionaire sugar daddy who talks real greasy to his women, right? And last time that I checked, the ratchets, they've been programmed to bow down to that. I mean, let me know if I'm tripping or not. But you put any ratchet around a billionaire and your ass better run for cover. Yeah, Simone Sanders. You know what I mean? Close the blinds. You put any ratchet around a billionaire, I don't care if they look like the fucking hunchback of Notre Dame. Y'all probably never been on the road with artists. You probably never been on the road with a billionaire, but I'm here to let you know a lot of toes got touched. Okay. A lot of ankles get grabbed when they pull up, and they grab a lot of punani. You all right? That's what they do. Okay. Just look at all of those vacation pictures in Dubai with who's holding the camera. Okay. Who's holding the camera? So ratchet energy, there's a conflict of interest when it comes to energy like Trump's. Okay. There's a conflict of interest. It sounds good. You know what I'm talking about? But if I know a ratchet, bro, I know not to listen to none of that shit, because it only matters when they are face to face in a room together. And then you'll see. Okay? Then you'll see. But he's way more ratchet than Meg Thee Stallion and fucking Kabbalah. But check this out. The sisters is they fighting back, man. They fighting back. The sisters is fighting back. Let me throw this up there. You know, they got some words. And the fallout, the blowback from Tuesday's event, we on Thursday, it's still going. It's still going, yo. My timeline is still filtered with melanated women giving this woman her they reading her. That's what they say. They reading her for filth. You know what I mean? They reading her for filth. Don't go on TikTok. Don't be a Kamala supporter and go on TikTok. You're gonna get your feelings hurt, because they are reading that woman for filth on TikTok. At least on the gram, it's a little bit subdued because of the algorithm. But god damn it.
In Atlanta, friend, not in Atlanta.
Not friend. She called.
And not friend. In Atlanta, friend, not in Atlanta. I know you ain't do that in my city. Trying to have the world think what they already think about Atlanta and black women. Twin. Like, the hell? Friend, you was on an international stage showing them what they think of us already. A lot of us was really in limbo, like, what we really think about Kamala, because I really don't feel like she for us. Do she even know where we be at? I mean, you might show up to the cookout, but you gonna be late. You not bringing nothing. And you gonna leave early, which means after the music is done, because yes, of course we twerk to Megan. Of course we do. But you wouldn't hear what we say after the music is off. We would not choose Megan to represent us. We would not do that, friend. Go talk to black people. Just sit in a room with a whole bunch of black people and be quiet as a mouse and take some damn notes. It's just a no all around the board for me. Like, this really did not put things in your favor, sis. You got 1 week. You got 1 week to prove to.
She gave her a week, yo. Sis is on the clock, okay? Sister Kamala is on the clock, okay? Sister Kamala, Miss Devi is on the clock, ladies and gentlemen, okay? She just got put on notice. And what I've noticed is, you know, once again, keep in mind, think about this, right? You know, we need some Gorilla Glue for our families, because, you know, this social engineering in the past 4 years have been, ever since March 11th, when they was like, yo, you can't be in a, you know what I mean? You got to be socially distanced. Ever since the lockdown, they've been working against breaking up the nucleus of our families with these socially engineered tactics. First, it was the distancing. Then it was the shot. Then it was the unvaccinated versus the unsullied versus the sullied. Then it was some other shit. Now it's this. Now it's this. So check this out. You go into a melanated household and you wearing a Trump shirt. You gonna get jumped. I'm just gonna leave it at that. You finna get removed out about that bitch. The same way that when you was going to Thanksgiving thinking everything was good, you was gonna get some of those impossible chitlins, and they was like, wait a minute. Mabel told me that your ass didn't take the shot. You got to go. And you was like, but I ate here for all of my years. What happened, Nana? It was like, you got to go. Don't talk to me. You not my baby no more.
I'm about to go in here with this Trump shirt on. Every Sunday, as you can see, we have a family dinner. Everybody's here. It's about to be live. And I hope I don't get slapped in the face. Let's go.
Don't get your ass out of here.
There's our president. I feel sorry for any African American that go for Trump. He's very hateful and racist.
Y'all like devil backing us up. But y'all never like, hold up, girl. I don't know. I didn't need no white girlfriend, but I go for Trump. Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? That's all right. Yeah, that's right.
So what you got on him? I know. You can do him what you want to. I love you.
All right, I'm about to go. I'm about to go.
Is you coming up or you going down?
We got Trump. We got Trump.
Look at that. We ain't playing that shit. She pulled a Hulk Hogan on her. She made him come up out his tank top. That might be a skit or that might be real, but I'm here to let you know that that's real, bro. There is a divide taking place. It's the new version of bringing a Becky home, okay? It's the new version of bringing a Becky home to Dr. Umar's barbecue. You finna get mauled up in this bitch. Like, you know what I mean? You ain't just gonna get kicked out. You finna get stomped out like homie got in Menace to Society when he came and tried to pull up on Kane and them. Shit. I wish I would. Nigga, you about to get these Timberland boots. So I don't like it. You know, I don't like it. You feel me? I don't like it. They've duped our people once again. They've duped our people once again. And it only took a matter of a few weeks. You feel me? Because they wasn't acting like this when Joe Biden was out there trying to run for president. It wasn't that that it wasn't that much of a divide, you know. The grannies and them, they knew, they understood. They was like, okay, you know, we don't rock with Trump, but you could wear the shirt and you get some of that banana pudding. But now, you pull up and you act like you standing behind this man. Oh, oh no, they about to they about to not they not just gonna they not gonna just unfriend you and kick you out the house. Oh no, they gonna leak your baby pictures. You feel me? When you had 6 fingers, they about to tell everybody that you was peeing your bed till you was a teenager. No, they are going to defame you. You know what I'm talking about? They trying to ruin your whole reputation and shit like that. Like, they not playing. You are gonna be on the wrong side of history. You know what I'm saying? That's why I would advise melanated men, my brothers, sit this one out, fam. Keep that shit tucked. You know what I mean? You could let people like me, you know, jump out the window. I'm sacrifice. I'm gonna carry the cross. I guess I'll carry the cross, but do not try to be a red hat wearing, MAGA hat wearing. Don't be Amber Rose, my genius. Don't do it. Be non-political. Just keep your opinions to yourself. Choose peace. I'm choosing peace. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no smoke. I said it before. I am choosing peace. I don't want it. You know what I mean? I don't want it. He said the only Kamala you know is WWF. Ah. I mean, you know, they bringing back a lot of the divide that was pulling us apart. You know, they find so many ways to drive wedges between us, and I don't like that for us. We have so much to gain with our unification and whatnot, even though they not like us. You know what I mean? Even though we have, as a result of our awakening and as a result of our quote unquote realization of us being our unplugging from the matrix, you know, many of us have realized, oh nah, I'm not like that. I'm not like my family. They not like us in some ways, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I love my family to death. You know what I'm saying? There's no book that I could read. There's no meditation that I could have. There's no master teacher that I could get taught from that will make me turn away from my blood family, my biological. I'm not doing it. There's nothing. You know, I'm riding and dying with them. You know, however, I will acknowledge that we have different ways of seeing things, and it's all good. You know, it's all good. That should not break you up from the people who, you know, who you call your blood. You know what I'm saying? Because shit comes and goes. Family is forever. And when the family feuds, nobody wins. You know? So they got the families feuding and whatnot over these strangers who don't care about us. Straight like that. They don't care about us. Don't get gassed up and think that because she's out here rocking pearls, or homie is out here with the gold sneakers on, that that's your friend in them. That's not twinning them. You know what I'm talking about? That ain't twinning them. Don't get you. You would be the fool to believe that that's twinning them. You know, you would be the fool. But when it comes time to have that conversation about the family trust, or when it comes time to have that conversation about moving out and getting a family compound, or what are we going to do with this land, or what are we going to do with this trust, or what are we going to do? All of that shit is in jeopardy now. You know what I mean? All of that shit is in jeopardy, bro. You know what I'm talking about? All of that is in jeopardy. So we definitely have to keep in mind that this thing is just theater. It's not real. And we cannot allow this shit to drive wedges between us. We got other things to focus on. Now, you know, we get into geopolitics and whatnot, right? And I try my best to keep our people updated to the craziness that be going on geopolitically only because, you know, it does have an effect on certain things, right? So, you know, there's a war going on overseas, and it happened in October 7th. It's a conflict, rather. There's a conflict taking place. It's not even a war yet. There's a conflict taking place. And this conflict is an egregious, it's but I've been here before. I remind people, I've been here. I remember these conflicts over the past 20 years. They flare up. It's very bloody. It's very gory. It's very violent, and it flares up, and then it goes away, and then it flares. It's like a herpes simplex. It flares up, and then it goes away. It flares up, and then it goes away. And people, they have to live through the shit sometimes, and they don't even understand what they're looking at. They don't even understand what this conflict is about. Why is it front page news? Why is so many people talking about it? It got nothing to do with us. Until we went and did the research, and we realized it got everything to do with us, because those same devils over there are the same devils over here. Those same devils over there are the same ones that was training the police over here, who started their quote unquote campaign of knocking our people heads off, right? Going all the way back from you know, the early 2000s up to now. When we found out that no, these people don't just live over there, they live over here, and they running shit. That's when we start realizing, oh shit, them same people is the same people that got their boot on our necks. Okay, it's just that we don't have enough information to quote unquote, you know, because it's a lot of censorship. We don't know how to tie 1 and 2 together, right? But I just want to show you this real quick. There's a lot of crazy shit that's going on around the world, but this right here is something that I've never seen before. These are the journalists that have been knocked off ever since October the 7th, right? I was of the belief that the press was safe in the wars. I was of the belief that the press was always given a pass. You know, like you watch those hood YouTube videos, and it's like niggas be in the hood and whatnot. And we be like, oh, they the press, they, you know, trap lore or whoever, you know, it's a whole cottage industry on YouTube of zesty niggas and white boys or media, right? Going into the hood, into like the favela. They going into the Calio projects and shit like that. You know what I mean? And you know, you assume that they have a pass, that they're safe. But in this conflict that's taking place overseas and whatnot in the Middle East, they've been knocking off journalists. They've been targeting journalists. They've been wiping their families out, right? And they've been quote unquote getting rid of people who are the truth tellers. And I bring this up because the censorship that we're witnessing in the Americas and the censorship that we're witnessing online, it ties right into what we're seeing right here. This is the extremes that they're willing to take it. Okay. So on a lower rung or on the lowest rung on the ladder, they are what are that, shadow banning people, right? They're shadow banning people and whatnot. And they're quote unquote, you know, they're banning your channels. Like they took our channel on YouTube and whatnot when they started turning up, right? They basically hit us with 3 strikes back to back, and then boom, they snatched the channel. So that's the soft-handed way of censorship. The heavy-handed way, and these are the same people, we've explained it, that everybody in big tech, from Elon Musk to Mark Zuckerberg, just listen to the damn names, Zuckerberg, okay? All of them in big tech, the whole Silicon Valley, all of this big tech shit is run by these people, okay? They're all the same people, right? So they are working in tandem with this illegal rogue state. This is a rogue state. This is an illegal government, right? They have their prime minister has arrest warrants on his head. He's a war criminal. But they would have you scared to not even speak on that. They will have you intimidated to even research it. They will have you caught up to even speak on it. But these are the same people that taught us kindergarten, elementary school, high school, when your ass is in colleges. These are our lawyers. These are our doctors. They all the same people. So for anybody to be like, oh, that don't got nothing to do with us, who is us? Who the fuck is us? Because I don't, you need to be more well researched. You sound crazy. You dodging smoke. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. I would highly suggest that you get caught up. Go and get When in Rome. Go and get American Gods. Like go and catch up on the information, because we do thorough research that we cannot put on YouTube, that we cannot put on IG. You feel me? We go down that rabbit hole. Just the last one that I did with the good brother Sharif, Fear of a Black More. We went in and showed you who the real mob is. We showed you these mobsters. You understand? Who are hiding behind false names. They're hiding. You know what I mean? They got our people as the face of gangsterism. They got our people as the face of gangs and whatnot. They got our people as the face of criminology. But when you really peel the fucking onion layers back, they are the ones, the bankers. Okay. They are the ones. They're the ones that been moving the drugs and whatnot. Ecstasy, all of these chemical drugs, MDMA, ecstasy, a lot of that shit comes right out of Tel Aviv. You know what I mean? I remember Peter Gatien when we was in New York City. Peter Gatien, he was the one who founded, he was the owner of the Limelight Club and the Tunnel nightclub. And he was the biggest ecstasy dealer in the fucking in the United States of America, if my memory serves me correct, right? And you know where he comes from. Okay, so that whole rat line is from over here. But these are the journalists that they killed. But not only did they knock off the journalists, right? But what's today? Thursday. So I think on Monday, right? And keep in mind, Netanyahu was in America addressing Congress about receiving new advanced forms of weaponry. Then Elon Musk was there at the meeting with him, right? He was there when he addressed Congress. Elon Musk is the owner of a technology called Starlink, right? And if you don't know what Starlink is the satellite system that is basically, I forgot what the movie is. I think it's Eagle Eye, right? But Starlink is a satellite system launched by Elon Musk, where I don't know if y'all remember the story about the Amazon tribe. They got internet for the first time, and now they addicted to porn and social media. Do you remember that story? It just came out a few months ago, right? So the reason why these quote unquote tribes were able to receive the internet in the thickness of the jungle was because of this satellite system, Starlink. So Starlink serves multiple purposes. It's giving out the internet to people in remote areas. They were like, oh, we want to put it in Africa because, you know, they don't have electricity. We want to give everybody access to the internet. But of course, it's a Trojan horse because it's also a spying apparatus, right? So it's my opinion. It's to my humbler. It's what my spirit is telling me, that Elon Musk was able to activate the Starlink because he's pledged allegiance to Netanyahu and to Trump and all things far right, all things, all things in that illegal war and whatnot, they are from this, they're from they the same people and whatnot. So it's to my opinion that Starlink is responsible for these two high-level assassins. They knocked off in a span of 12 hours, right? Okay, let's think about it. If this was Team USA basketball, right? Let's just think about it. They knocked off the equivalent of a LeBron and a KD off the team in the span of 2 hours. I mean, in the span of 12 hours. They knocked off one of the top commanders of Hezbollah, and they knocked off the top nigga in Hamas in the span of 12 hours. Both of those was precision hits. They got hit with missiles, right? It was said that the Hamas dude made a call on WhatsApp, and the WhatsApp shit, that's Zuckerberg, right? So he made a call to his son on WhatsApp. They caught the fucking signal, and then they droned him. You know what I mean? And it's being said that these quote unquote these assassinations are going to spark a lot of repercussions in the Middle East, but it's going to go outside of the Middle East, because this right here is a very big quote unquote drill. This is a humongous drill in that region. So if this region begins to fall deeper into war, that draft that we were talking about a few months ago in America, right? That draft where they were going to start pulling in the children, right? From 18 and up, that is going to be implemented. That's going to be quote unquote rushed faster, because if they kick this shit off and it becomes more of a bigger war, then, you could bet your bottom dollar that the USA is going to get involved. So these people are deliberately trying to start a conflict in that region and whatnot that's going to spread out. So people have to keep their eyes open. And then just to show you the heinousness that we're dealing with, right? While this whole thing was going down, there was a riot that was taking place over there where they locked up some of their soldiers for graping the prisoners, right? From Gaza. They graped the prisoners. Men were graping other men. And the civilians, right? The citizens of Is It Real began to riot because they wanted to break these people out of bondage, because they want their soldiers to have the right to grape. Check this out. So this is the mentality of the people that we're dealing with, right? These are these people, but these people are here. These people are the top execs in Hollywood. These people are Clive Davis. These people are the top execs in music. These people are Spotify. These people are the top execs in quote unquote government. These people are the lobbyists. These people are the teachers, the doctors, the lawyers. These are the ones with the dual citizenship. Same people. Same people. You got to ask people, are you a Zionist or not? Grab your nuts and ask them, are you a Zionist or not? Kamala and her household, right? Because she's married to one of them. Imhoff is his last name. They were celebrating the assassinations. Okay. They were celebrating the assassinations, right? So she cannot be unbiased because she's married to one of them. She lays up with one of them. Okay. She pledges allegiance for one of them. Okay. So it's impossible to get around that. Let's check this out.
Is Israel in Washington, D.C. AIPAC If you haven't heard about them, you've been on Mars. AIPAC spends $2 to $3 million a year lobbying Congress on behalf of Israel and promoting Zionist causes. And it frequently writes legislation for Congress. The American Israel Education Foundation spends millions of dollars annually on paid trips to Israel for members of Congress. The Anti-Defamation League, ADL. The International Fellowship of Christian and Jews, the Central Fund of Israel, Christians United for Israel, Washington Institute for Near East Policy, Simon Wiesenthal Center, Israel Project, Friends of Israeli Defense Forces, Women's Zionist Organizations of America, the Jewish Agency for Israel, American Friends of Likud, American Israel Cooperative Enterprise, the Israel Allies Foundation, the Jewish Policy Center, Leon and Harry Helmsley Charitable Trust, Jewish Council for Public Affairs, Zionist Organization of America, World Jewish Congress, Republican Jewish Coalition, National Jewish Democratic Council, Center for Security Policy, Israeli American Council, etc., 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 etc. These are all lobbying groups for Zionist Israel in Washington, D.C.
So if anybody wants to bother me and talk about voting and who I'm voting for and all of this dumb shit, until you could even articulate who these people are and what this shit is really about, you could really miss me with that. Because, you know, you have to be more astute about the global affairs. You have to be more astute about who really runs America. And it's not that nigga with the orange hair. Cut it out. I don't want to hear about no two parties. I don't want to hear about none of that. I don't want to hear about Republican, Democrat. I want you to tell me what you gonna do about these people that run this goddamn country and how they running it and how the hell did they get in charge of everything? Because that's who's running the show. It don't matter who the hell you vote for. Familiarize yourself with the ops, because you are op in their eyes, because you come from the tribe. The lost tribe, that is. You are the messiahs. You are the messianic ones. They do not, like J. Edgar Hoover said, you are the biggest threat to world security. If your ass ever was to wake up and stop calling yourself black in a goddamn crayon and whatnot, and you would have ever figure out what tribe you came from, if you was to ever figure out your genealogy, if you was to ever figure out who the fuck you was before you fell, that's when their shit comes to an end. Okay, so before this whole all said and done, hopefully I could wake up 444 of us and get them on board to what the hell is really going on behind the curtain, who the real Wizard of Oz is. Once I'm able to do that, my job is done. My job is done, because I remember when I was in the blind, I did not understand what the hell all of this talk about is it real was about. I didn't know. I was confused. I just had to go through, seeing beheaded children on my timeline for years and didn't understand who we was dealing with. But I was able to put 1 and 2 together, and I'm here to let you know. I'm here to let you know. This is evil on levels that we've never seen before. Okay? These are demons unlike anything that I've ever encountered, bro. And like I said, they play a hand in so much iniquity that our culture is suffering from. It's hard to turn away and say they don't have their hand in your pockets. You know? They got their hands in pockets, up your back, and all kind of things. Yes, they said that the black youth was the biggest threats to them because of who you are, because of where you come, because of we broke it down. Me and the good brother Sharif, I promise you, this ain't no soft sale or nothing. You feel me? In this lecture right here, we broke it down. Okay, we gave you the keys, we gave you the clues, we gave you the receipts. We explained to you why they fear the Blackamoor messiahs. It ain't just no goddamn fancy title. The shit is real. The shit is real. But we've been conditioned to not see ourselves in no type of greatness. As far as we go is Grand Rising, and that's it. Grand Rising. And then that's it. There's nothing else great after that. You know what I mean? We've been conditioned to not see ourselves as great. We've been conditioned to not see ourselves historically as worth anything. Niggas think that they worthless. So that's how the universe responds to you. You know what I'm talking about? until you change that frequency. But for the men, the warriors out there, the men and the women, of course, and the children, we are in an intellectual war. We are in a war on higher principalities. We are in a spiritual war, amongst many others. There's a war going on outside. So always have your head on swivel. You feel me? Do not let these people rock you to sleep and get you caught up in this quote unquote what side you on and who you voting for and all of this other stuff. You should be you should feel like your intelligence is being insulted when they put these two clowns in front of you and act like your ass got a choice of something. No, what we really want to know is who's behind that goddamn mask. That's what we really want to know. That's the only conversation that I'm willing to have. That's where the power is. The power is getting your goddamn power back. Throwing these goddamn peanuts at us. They didn't even start having a conversation about offering niggas crumbs yet. We didn't even get to the crumb conversation. You know what I'm talking about? These niggas is out here clapping booty cheeks and they didn't even offer you crumbs yet. Donald Trump got up there in Chicago and he ain't offer shit but some sound bites. And of course, Kamala, she's offering you the motherfucking potato salad with the raisins in it and some goddamn non-bread. She's offering niggas word salad. So I'm good. You know what I'm talking about? I'm good. I'm gonna pop the balloon. Let's just say that. I'm gonna just pop the balloon and I'll wait for the next contender. You dig? But yeah, man. With that being said, we finna wrap this one up. Love and light to everybody in the building. I appreciate your presence and your energy and your commentary and whatnot. It always is a delight. It is always a delight to take a break and to tap into this illustrious audience. You know, I am forever grateful for every single, even the trolls. You know what I mean? Even the trolls, that y'all the marshmallows in my barbecue. You know what I'm talking about? But it's been great, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, on Monday, Melanin Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we are going to have a panel of women, melanated women, sisters, goddesses, Mobites, right? So we could keep it balanced. I don't just want to bring the panel of brothers through. I want to bring the panel of mothers through. I want to bring the panel of divine feminine energy through so we can keep it balanced. If you have questions, I'm going to put my email on the scroll. I did this with the brothers and whatnot, and I'm going to do this with the mamas. If you have any questions, man, woman, or child, you can email them to me and I will put that in our quote unquote, I will have a Q&A segment where I ask the questions from the family, okay, from the KTLians. Yeah, she got that garlic naan and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to hit you with that garlic naan. Don't go for it. Don't go for it. You feel me? She trying to hit you with that garlic naan. We ain't going for it. Not this time. I'm good, sis. You know, I'm good. The replay for Fear of a Black Amor Messiah. Yeah, we have that available as well. I'll drop the link for that. If you were a ticket holder, go and look in your email. Everybody has gotten an email, and it is housed at ktluniversity.com. That's where we have all of our replays for all of our classics. It's over there on ktluniversity.com, and it's waiting for you. You know what I'm saying? It's waiting for you. It's over there. Let me drop that on the IG for them as well. I'm gonna pin it for y'all and whatnot. And yeah, y'all have a great strong end. Stay focused. Stay dangerous, but in a good way. Remember we are in the Jason months. We are officially in the dog days of summer. Now, remember the 1st of August, right? As you saw with the 1st of July, they switch up the distractions in the beginning of the months, right? They switch up the distractions in the beginning of the month. So pay full attention to the next 3 days. Okay? Pay full attention to the next 3 days because they're going to onboard the newest distraction. Be very mindful of that. However, you do not want to be dog walked by these spirit cookers and whatnot. You want to take your energy back, as a matter of fact, and you want to prepare and you want to say, you know what? I already seen this shit coming. I'm good. I'm not finna put my energy into it. I'm not going to react to it. I'm not going to become emotionally invested in it. I'm just going to give it the head nod. You feel me? And I'm going to sit back and I'm going to look and I'm going to reserve my energy and I'm going to observe. Yes, like King said, observe, don't absorb. Observe, don't absorb, because that is the magic. That's the psyops. It's a psyops, but the spirit cooking aspect of the psyop is that they're feeding on your emotions. They're feeding on your emotions. That it's as simple as that. We don't even have to get all deep with it because they can feed off of that energy. They could feed off of that chaos. They could feed off of that fear. They could feed on it, and they're energy harvesting, and they're trying to get their legs strong and whatnot. But we know the devil is a lie. You feel me? We know the devil is a lie, and we know our ancestors are protecting us. So, you know, let's just give it up to them and give them thanks for writing this beautiful script that we're living through. And just know that the season finale is going to be, the season finale is going to be a mother. It's going to go off. You know what I'm saying?
To this day. To this day.
All said and done, and when the smoke clears, you know who's coming out on the top, and you know who's going to walk away with the W. Don't ever forget that part. Just live through the movie, breathe, and you'll be good. All right, we're gonna leave you with the Red and Blue Purple Like Prince Facts Remix 44 Tops. The album, the EP on the way. Got some great tunes on it. If you love this tune, you're gonna love the EP. It's on the way, ladies and gentlemen. We cooking up. Peace, love, and light. All right.
Red and blue, purple light. Red and blue, purple light. Friends, facts. Red and blue, purple light. Friends. Yeah. And blue, purple light. Facts. You can get to know the legend.
To this day.
Sacrilegious Sunday.
To this day.
To Melanin Monday. You can get to know the legend. My love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was telling land, focused on the ego. Then I opened my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we're stacking up these C notes. Red and blue, purple light.
To this day.
Red and blue, purple light. Friends, facts. Red and blue, purple light. Friends. Red and blue, purple light. Friends. can get to know the legend. My love, just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the fools are closed. The Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road. You better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I open my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah. We gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts. We in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, peace, love and light. Peace, love. To the family, peace, love, and light. To the family, peace, love, and light. To the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.